Hi, everybody. The mosquitoes are really bad today here in Upper Michigan, so I'm trying to do this video indoors. We do have some pounding in the background because we have some workmen here today, but I hope that won't take away from the video feedback. I read with interest your screening inventories, and I'm glad you all were so collegial and commented on one another's. You noted the specific stage assessment at which you would begin. Now, here's a good point for me to mention the difference between what I think of as a test and assessment. I think of tests as for to assign students a grade or a score. And an assessment is to help us plan instruction. And so in assessment, errors are helpful for teachers because they're a guide for where we need to begin planning lessons. And so these don't count against a student, but they help we teachers plan instruction. And so it is always best in word study to be sure a student has mastered a particular feature. And that's why, as many of you noted, you would go back and make sure that students know all of the features, initial, final consonants, initial consonant blends and digraphs, all of those short vowels. Every single one of them, affricates and final consonant blends and digraphs before we move to the within word stage. So it is important, as many of you noted, that even if there is only one error on that screening inventory, in those beginning words, that you went ahead and gave the letter name assessment. However, if you don't find any errors in that, or maybe only one that doesn't seem particularly important, then you move on to the within word stage. And so some of you may have ended up giving 2 assessments. I'm going to post for you a letter. Actually, my grandson wrote this letter, and take a look at it. Let me turn this around and just show it to you. As you can see, he spelled great. He was writing a letter to my mother, and he spelled "Dear Great Great" with the vowel consonant silent E. So he obviously is at that particular stage of the within word assessment. So as I looked at his authentic writing, I decided to go ahead and give him the within word stage. But you know what? I went back because I wasn't quite sure he knew all the letter name features. And I gave him, and it was via FaceTime, so he just wrote it all at once. And this is what I ended up giving him, both the letter name and the within word. And you can see that with the word steep, might, and coast, well, it was might and coast, that he's unsure of those other common long vowel patterns. And so that is likely where I would begin work with him. Now, he does have a few errors in the R-controlled vowel stages. You know, I always kind of say that for those second and third features in both the letter name and the within word stage of phonics, I generally kind of go back and forth because I personally, after years and years, oh my goodness, I can't even think of how many years it's been now of working with word study, I know, and you primary teachers know, a student does not have to have mastered every single consonant, digraph, and blend before moving on to short vowels. In fact, personally, I think the phonics continuum would be better with initial consonants, final consonants, and short vowels before those consonant digraphs and blends. So I don't have a child master every single consonant, digraph, and blend before moving on to short vowels. And the same in the within word stage with features 2 and 3, the R-controlled vowels and the other common long vowel patterns. commonly known in Common Core terms as vowel teams. I don't think a student needs to have mastered every R-controlled vowel pattern before moving on to other common long vowel patterns or vowel teams. Just my personal opinion after having done word study many, many years. So, those are my comments for today. And I did want to mention, I'm so excited to notice that many of you will be with me in Read 609, the assessment course in the fall. The Read department just decided on the Gansky Word Journeys book for required text in 609, 621, and both clinic sessions. So the text you have purchased for this summer will be used in 4 other classes, 5 classes in total. I always kind of liked that when I was doing my graduate work, that one text would pertain and be used in so many classes. You'll be a real Gansky word study expert by the end of the program. Have a great day.